Distinguished leaders, presenters, youth and students, thank you so much for your participation in Synergy Africa. I am joining you from Japan today, and even though it is midnight here, I am so happy because of the exciting program you have. I appreciate the support of all judges, YSP leaders, and staffs in this program. Synergy started in Japan and expanded to more than 30 countries this year. We are promoting this program internationally because it has the potential to empower young people and students to become responsible youth leaders who can change a community, nation, and the world. And those who participate and watch this program can definitely learn from the speeches of other young people. If you have the desire and want to do something for the community, nation, and the world, please participate in a peace designer seminar organized by YSP to learn how to start projects. Then next year, you can take the challenge to be part of Synergy. I think it was difficult for presenters to arrange a presentation and memorize the speech for today, but it turned into a meaningful opportunity to develop your projects and presentation skills by challenging. I hope today becomes an unforgettable experience in your life. The theme of Synergy this year is Youth Action for Peace and Sustainable Development. Youth voices and actions are super important to change society and support the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Recently, I read one article on online news about communication between famous youth activist Malala Yousafzai, the Pakistani activist for female education, received a Nobel Prize when she was 17 years old, sent a message to Greta Thunberg, Swedish 17 years old environmental activist. The content of that message was as follows. We do not need to become adults to change the world. We can change now. Voice and activities for and of youth are important. They believe that young people can change the world and have acted in practice. Dr. Mauro Guilhem, professor of the University of Pennsylvania, analyzed the increasing rate of population and forecast that Africa will become an influential continent in the world in 2030, more than China. 1/3 of the children population in the world will become African. This fact gives great hope for African people in these 10 to 20 years. YSP has peace vision that all humanity is one family under God. It means everyone is a brother and sister beyond race, nationality, religion, and skin color. If all humans have this vision and compassion toward all people suffering as our family members, we can stop religious wars and racial conflicts and make peaceful Africa and world peace. To finish, I would like to introduce the message of the founder of YSP, Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon, who is also called Mother Moon. She founded YSP to empower young people and students to become the lights of the world. She traveled to many countries in Africa to show the vision and hope to the African people with love and compassion. Mother Moon said, youth have the keys to the sustainable development of a nation. I think African youth have keys to the sustainable development of your country and Africa. To achieve this, I encourage you to set a public goal that contributes to the community, the nation, and the world, and try to achieve it. I hope Synergy Africa empowers many African youth to become the lights, going over your hometown and reaching the whole of Africa. Let us rise and work together for peace and the sustainable development of the community, nation, Africa, and the world. May God bless you, your family, and Africa. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado.
Thank you so much, Mr. Koji Matsuda, for your uplifting message. So at this particular moment, we are now going to watch an introductory video highlighting IAYSP's vision and activities. Please enjoy.
Youth, an adventure full of hope and passion. Endless possibilities to achieve our dreams. Where your dreams begin, youth and students for peace. Join us on this adventure. In the 20th century, the age of material civilization, science and technology's swift advancement allowed extreme individualism to run rampant. Pornography, violence, free sex, and drugs dismantled the family. Youth were thrust into a cold and dark world. In the 21st century, we need a balanced approach, more public-mindedness, less destruction, and division. In 2015, the UN set 17 Sustainable Development Goals and is calling for global participation. What then is the key to harmonious and sustainable development? In 1976, Muhammad Yunus, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate from Bangladesh, developed the concept of microfinance. Microfinance has produced sustainable results. The concept has spread to 140 nations globally to alleviate poverty by providing loans to small social units and teaching collective responsibility. Well before this, Dr. Sun Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon applied this concept in their quest for world peace. They advocated the smallest unit, the family, is where world peace and happiness begins. The family is where we first learn to live for the sake of others. We are calling this concept micro-peace.
Peace begins in the family, specifically in the relationship of parents loving their children unconditionally and children developing the heart of filial love toward their parents. Brought into society, this principle of living for others creates good character in citizens, patriots in nations, and saints in the world. But it all begins in the family.
The greatest peace sprouting from the smallest unit, one human family under God. In 2005, Father and Mother Moon launched UPF with a world tour emphasizing a new vision of peace. Night after night, city after city, visiting one nation per day, they taught that the family is not only the school of love, it is also the cornerstone of world peace. Beginning with the establishment of the Collegiate Association for the Research of the Principle in 1966, the many institutions they have founded convey a vision of peace and teach universal principles that strengthen marriage and the family.
When I was young, I took the Pure Love Pledge and it changed my life. From that day onwards, I was able to build my character and moral values. For the happiness and future of my students, I am continuing teaching Pure Love education at my school.
Father and Mother Moon have established more than 50 educational institutions around the world. MOUs have been signed and character education is being taught in thousands of schools on all continents and in all cultural spheres, East and West. After Father Moon passed away, Mother Moon carried out his intentions and established the Wonmo Kyungnae Scholarship Foundation, which supports the education of youth and students globally. The Sanok Peace Prize honors and supports heroes who are creating a culture of sustainable peace and are role models for future generations to look back on. On February 23, 2017, Mother Moon, the first international chairwoman of the Women's Federation of World Peace, launched Youth and Students for Peace.
위하여 사는 참 사랑을 실천하는 나눠줘도 더 부족함을 느끼고 더 나눠주고 싶고 이런 마음 자세 이런 환경을 만들어 가야 하는 너희들 앞에 책임이 있다.
With the support of Women's Federation for World Peace and the Universal Peace Federation, YSP is a rapidly growing global network of game changers.
เยาวชนและนักเรียนแห่งสันติภาพคือความหวังและอนาคตของโลกโดยผ่านความรักที่บริสุทธิ์และความกตัญญูจะเป็นจุดเริ่มต้นแห่งความสุขและสันติภาพโลก
एउटा असल परिवार समाज समृद्ध राष्ट्र निर्माणको लागि युवा विद्यार्थी अवस्थाबाट नै सकारात्मक विचार उच्च भलाइ साँचो प्रेमको अभ्यास गर्न आवश्यक छ
À travers la Fédération des Jeunes et des étudiants pour la paix, je travaillerai afin d'accomplir de grands rêves.
Youth and Students for Peace, YSP, builds on the past and opens doors of hope for the young generation through academics, service, sports, international exchanges, universal character education, environmental responsibility, among other things. In Asia, Africa, Korea, Japan, the US, Central and South America, Europe and Oceania, YSP is becoming a wave of goodness sweeping the world today. The idea of one family under God is taking root and growing in the hearts of people, young and old alike. Be a part of this global awakening. Let's create a new future working together. We can do it.
Thank you so much for that inspirational video. So at this moment, we're now going to have an explanatory message of the concept of today's main event, Synergy. Now let us welcome our Regional Secretary General for IAYSP Africa, Mr. Kenta Kishi, with a warm applause. Thank you.
Okay, Your Excellency, Mr. Koji Matsuda, President of IAYSP International, and all judges and presenters, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to share this exciting moment with you all. My name is Kenta Kishi. I'm the Secretary General of IAYSP Africa, and I'd like to explain briefly what the synergy is about. So we will share the presentation in short. A short presentation. Now, the synergy stands for students, ideas, and energy. So this is the platform for youth and students to share their ideas and projects for peace and development of the society. So if the young people gather and unite centering on the right direction, we can create the synergetic effect. So this is not just a speech competition, deciding the winners and the losers, but this is more than the competition. But this is the platform to learn from each other and create a synergy and the dynamism of youth movement of peace. Now, the synergy began in 2018 in Japan and quickly expanded in all over the world. And up until now, IAYSP Africa has promoted synergy in various nations and sub-regions and continent, and until now it was organized 31 times in Africa, either the national level or sub-regional level or the continental level. And more than 100 presenters share their ideas. Can you imagine if there are 100 people who are working for peace and development? Wow, I'm sure we can create a better society. So now let us take a quick journey to see the few pictures of the synergy organized in this year. So this is the picture of synergy in Cote d'Ivoire. And then next is synergy in Burkina Faso. And then this is synergy in Benin. And also synergy organized in Liberia. And then synergy in Togo. And then next is synergy in Gabon, synergy in Angola, and then synergy in DR Congo, and then synergy in Sao Tome Principe, and then also synergy in Cameroon, and then synergy in Congo Brazzaville. Then not only the national level, but also we are doing the international synergy. This is the synergy in the northern sub-region. And then also we had the synergy in the western sub-region. And then we had the synergy in central sub-region. And then this is the synergy in sub-region south. And then lastly, we had the synergy in sub-region west. East, I'm sorry for that. And this is the international continental synergy. So now I think you are ready for this event. But before we begin the contest, let me introduce the evaluation criteria. So there are judges from each sub-region, and they evaluate the presentation based on these 4 criteria. The first criterion is the total contents. So if the presentation is clear enough, understandable, and explaining in the logical explanation. So this is the first criterion. And the second part is, of course, the content is important, but also how to express our project is also very important. So we will evaluate the presentation skills if the presenters are presenting with a passion and vision. So this is the second part. And the third part is idea. This is rather more than the project, but the project itself. If the project has creativity and innovative, so this is the third point. And then lastly, the possibility of achieving the project. Even if the idea is wonderful, incredible, but if the project itself is not realistic, we cannot evaluate properly. So we will evaluate also the possibility of achieving the project. So dear all youth in Africa, I think you are already ready. You are waiting for the presentation. So I will finish my presentation here, and let us create the synergy together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kenta Kishi, for your insightful words. So at this moment, we would like to introduce our presenters from all over Africa. We have before us 5 presenters from 5 sub-regions who shall be competing today. They include Ms. Degny BENEDICTE from Benin, representing sub-region West. So Ms. Degny is the students leader in Faculty of Human and Social Sciences and the director of Zero Pregnancy in Schools project. And our second presenter is Mr. Wendinda Aubin KABORE from Burkina Faso, representing Sub-Region North. So Mr. KABORE is the CEO of Work Design. And our third presenter is Mr. Mbila Octave from DR Congo, representing Sub-Region Central. So Mr. Mbila is an entrepreneur of the Commercial and Marketing Director of Simar Tech. And the fourth presenter is Mr. Inyoung David Omware from Kenya, representing Sub-Region East. So Mr. Omware is the co-founder of Janabichi Agri Solutions. And moving in to our final presenter will be Ms. Karen Mapulanga from Zambia, representing Southern Sub-Region. And Ms. Mapulanga is the president of the United Nations Youth Association. So let us welcome all our presenters with a warm round of applause. So let us take this time to introduce our honorable and professional judges who will judge all presenters on the criteria mentioned by Mr. Kenta Kishi. And they include Dr. Susan Kone, who is the Vice President of Women's Federation for World Peace. And our next judge is Mr. Alo Diarra from Mali, who is the General Director of a farm company and a founding member of an institution for investors and young entrepreneurs. He is also the President of Youth Ambassador for Peace in Mali. And our next judge is Mr. Benjamin Tumayo, who is the Prince from the Amashangana Tribal Authority and the National Secretary of the African Young Indigenous Leaders. And our next judge is Mr. Johannes Mawena Makovia, who is the International President of OIJPP. And finally, we have our head of judges, who is our IAYSP President of Africa, Ms. Mica Amanraman. With those few words, let's give a round of applause to all our judges. Thank you. So now is the time for presentations. But before that, for those following us online, you can address your questions in the chat room, the Zoom chat, the YouTube chat, and the Facebook chat. So please kindly state your questions clearly and don't forget to mention to whom your question is being addressed, as this shall enable a more efficient response. All right, so moving on to the presentations, our first presenter will be Ms. Degny BENEDICTE, and she will be talking about no pregnancies in the school environment. So let us welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Excellence, Monsieur le Président du jury.
Your Excellency, dear judges, good afternoon. My name is Mademoiselle Rada Ms. Benedicte. I lead Zero Pregnancy in the Educational Institutions Project, and I work with this lady who is in charge of training. The issue of pregnancy in educational settings affects about 100 girls in Benin each year. In Benin, we've recorded about 1,000 cases of pregnancy in 2016 to 2020 after a report presented to the former minister. So we need concrete solutions to tackle this issue. This is why our team decided to ensure that we address this problem. The issue of pregnancy in educational settings has a lot of consequences on girls, families, and the nation. There are 8 main causes of this issue, and abortion is a third place with 13% of impact on death linked to pregnancies. When women or when young girls get pregnant, they are not able to continue the project or plans that their parents have for them. And it also affects the development of society. In order to address this issue, we have started to come up with this project. So here are some feedback that we received from young girls who got pregnant. One of them said, "I am totally discouraged. I am not able to continue my education." And this is a young girl in a remote area in Calavi. She is 16 years old and she has been pregnant for 6 months. There is another young lady now who is age 17 and who is pregnant for 18 months. What are some of the causes of this pregnancy? The causes are peer pressure, the kinds of programs that are shown on television, lack of guidance by parents, and the lack of commitment by parents or engagement into the education of their children. So to better understand the causes of this issue, our team carried out a study with 100 female students aged between 14 to 22 years. So when we had this study, we realized that a lot of them said they had their first sexual intercourse between 10 to 20 years. And 10 of these girls had already been victims of pregnancy or already fell pregnant. The lack of education linked to sexuality and peer pressure are some of the reasons. Outcome of our study, we realized that parents themselves did not receive education on sexual ethics and were unable to transfer this to their children. Members of the team who took part in training sexual ethics and true love and and sexual ethics. Also strengthen the capacity so that we can generate dialogue among parents and their children. So here is what we plan to do. To organize in collaboration with heads of educational institutions and parent-teacher associations, sessions to present the project would also have place to show the importance of the project, would put in place true love clubs, organized award ceremonies for best female students. We'll also organize training for these young girls so that they can become independent. We are targeting about 100 students from in primary school and targeting college students, 400 of them in the Abo.
De sensibilisation des élèves et des écoliers. Nous espérons
move on
à la fin de l'exécution de notre projet à la réduction, voire l'élimination du problème de grossesse en milieu scolaire dans la commune d'Abomey-Calavi. Contribuer à la réduction, voire l'élimination des cas de décès liés aux avortements clandestins, ODD3, contribuer à la scolarisation des filles, ODD4. Ainsi, notre projet apportera la paix aux filles, à leurs familles et à l'ensemble de la nation. Nos partenaires sont le IAYSP, la Fédération des femmes pour la paix mondiale, l'Institut national de la femme, les ministères en charge de l'enseignement primaire, secondaire et des affaires sociales, USAID, le plan Benin, l'UNICEF et l'Association des parents d'élèves. Pour réussir notre projet, nous aurons besoin d'un ordinateur, d'un vidéoprojecteur, d'un écran, d'un groupe électrogène et des moyens financiers pour l'impression des prospectus et nos déplacements. Pour mobiliser ces ressources, nous allons organiser la vente des livres qui portent sur l'éthique de la sexualité et d'autres objets. Organiser la vente des t-shirts et des bagues d'alliance d'amour pur. Nous allons organiser des formations.
We will organize. We also receive gifts from different organizations. Ladies, the gentlemen, today's girls are tomorrow's mothers. So women have to participate actively in the society. How do we? So for all suggestions, please, that can contribute to the improvement, we welcome. We thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Degny BENEDICTE, for that amazing presentation. So moving on to our second presenter, and our second presenter will be Mr. Wendinda Aubin KABORE, and he will be talking about recycling of pneumatic waste and creating jobs. So let us welcome him with a huge round of applause.
I'm Wendinda Aubin KABORE. I am the promoter of the company Work Design, which is a company that works in the recovery of pneumatic waste. In the city of Ouagadougou at several intersections, there are tires that were erected to make the object of roundabouts to fluidify the traffic. But as time goes by, we realize that this place is becoming a tire dump. These tires laid, like said, in the city of Ouagadougou constitute a health and security problem. We collect the tires at intersections and also on the vulcanizer, and we come to store them here at the company, and twice a month we try to spray them with neem oil, sometimes mixed with chili pepper and the garlic cloves, in order to fight against the multiplication of mosquito larvae and also to keep away certain threatening reptiles. We prefer this mixture of garlic clove and neem to chemical pesticide in order to preserve the health of our consumers and also our health. As we should not forget that this mixture has also negative impact on the soil.
Et il faut noter qu'en moyenne,
and We should not forget that this mixture has no negative impact on the soil, unlike chemical pesticides. Once recovered and stored, we now move on to reuse stage, and it should be noted that on average, we manage to recover 100 tires per month. We find that this number is insufficient considering the number of tires that are left in the wild. Therefore, to try to boost this capacity to revalorize waste tires, we have set up a social training course at a cost of 2,000 francs. And during this course, we teach the participant to make flower pots with used tires. We do not take more than 20 participants per session, and we try to extrapolate if the project goes on for a year, and each month we train 20 participants. It means that at the end of a year, we will have 240 people who have been trained. And these 240 people, if they manage to recover 10 tires each month, that makes 2,400 tires that are recovered. This solves the problem not only of environmental pollution with tires, but also the problem of unemployment. After training this young person does not need a lot of money to set up his own business. With only 2,000 francs CFA, this young man will be able to set up his own business and start making flowers.
Ce volet de revalorisation des déchets pneumatiques en objets décoratifs, nous avons un deuxième projet qui est en cours.
It would be nice if this training could be reproduced almost free of charge all over the world, and particularly in developing countries which use them more of as dumping ground for use. Apart from this aspect of revalorization of waste tires in decorative objects, we have a second project which is in progress and which will be the realization of an ecological, educational, and decorative roundabout. Eco is the economic sense that it will be a little less costly. Ecological because not only based on tires, but also we will be able to practice the agriculture above ground inside. Educational because this roundabout will put much more emphasis on our cultural values by sensitizing through messages that will be inscribed on these tires. And we are without ignoring that without the knowledge of our cultural values, no people can really rise up. And decorative, this roundabout because of its agriculture, and at the top of this roundabout we will be able to establish a panel which will allow the company which will order this roundabout to make it public on the surface.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aubin KABORE, for that amazing and insightful presentation. I'm already excited and we're just halfway through. Our third presenter will be Mr. Octave Mbila, and he will be talking about the Football Open Challenge. So let us welcome him with a round of applause. Thank you.
Les encouragements, Malika, Radio-Télévision va sans doute vous accompagner.
I believe that we can be able to support you. I hope that through the Open Football Challenge project, that a lot of youth that have talent will be able to have the opportunity to take part in huge meetings. I'm very excited to present the Open Football Challenge in the Synergy 2021 competition. So this project is due to an observation we made that in the area where we live, there are lots of street children and there is a lack of guidance for children, but also political and tribal manipulation of young people. We have also noticed juvenile delinquency, and there is an observation that youth talent are not harnessed, and that's why we decided to create the Open Football Challenge project, which seeks to harness the talents of youth and to give priority to the education of youth that do not have the same opportunities as others. So what we are doing currently is a reality TV series, and we go on the streets searching for talent, and then we organize competitions on the street, which are filmed and broadcast on Malaika Television, which is a local TV station. So here are the features of our project. To start with the Football Open Challenge, we established 4 categories. We had the Goalkeepers Challenge, we had a freestyle and fun challenge where young fans answered questions. So we started with the city of Lubumbashi, and we hope to cover the entire territory. Our approach is that we go on the street in all the areas looking for such youth that have talent and whose talent are being wasted due to lack of visibility and lack of opportunities to express their talent. So what is the social impact of our project? We believe that youth that are prepared for success are able to help a nation to develop. Youth that are on the street constitute a danger and can spread illnesses and other ills. But for this reason, that the Football Open Challenge ensures that there is entrepreneurship training for youth, leadership training, and also personal development training. We also transform street talent into talent that are really great, and you can see that through our TV programs. I registered for the Football Open Challenge, and I wasn't seeking for money, but I was looking for visibility so that people can see what I can do. I registered despite my young age because I believe in myself and I think I do my best. I will improve my performance even more than before. Hopefully, I want to play in Paris Saint-Jean. No matter what happens, I will play in Paris. I really believe that I'll play in a big team in the European teams. I didn't even know that I can get to this stage when it comes to the Football Open Challenge, but thanks to God, I have been able to reach to this stage. The other social impact is that we provide support after their training, and we give them a technical team that can support them, fund their project, but also enable them to have some money so that they can invest in an activity that will help them to support their community and their families. So our vision is very simple: to establish a center where we would have all youth without discrimination, regardless of their origin or race. And they will take part in a program where they can display their talent, but also have proper guidance. Beyond that, we've also noticed that many African football stars, or whatever profession they find themselves, we see that they only have an image, or they are known when they become famous. So what we are going to do is to make sure that we profile these youth. Although they are not well known, we're going to profile them and share their profiles out there so that they can be known. Our key objective, to conclude, is that we want to transform these street children into actors who would bring real change and development in our nation when they will become stars, such as other big stars that we know. They will come back to Africa and invest in the continent, and they would create development and change. We are a reality TV program. We are the Open Football Challenge. We seek to bring about sustainable peace for a strong youth and for a strong continent. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Mbila, for that exciting presentation. And moving on to our fourth presenter, Our fourth presenter will be Mr. Inyoung David Omware, and he will be talking about food for all. Please let us welcome him with a round of applause.
Greetings. I go by David Inyoung Omware, and I represent a team of diligent youth in agribusiness in my country, Kenya. I co-founded Janabichi Agri Solutions, and our main goal or motivation was to solve the issues in agricultural production and consequently also solve the global food insecurity problem. So why this? We have clearly seen the effects that lack of food has had to our societies, our communities, and also our nations. Lack of food has been caused by post-harvest losses, wastage, and even unequal distribution. And this has led to conflicts, divisions, and even wars in the affected regions, and mainly manifesting in the third world countries. And also the nations. The nations' labor force are dependent on food, and a weak labor force or a weak workforce is unproductive to these countries economically. It took 200,000 years for our population to get to 1 billion. It then took 200 years to get to 7 billion. And currently, we are at 8 billion. Projections show that we are estimated to reach 10 billion by 2050. A quick question. What has remained constant during this whole time? It's land. Land houses our roads, industries, residential areas, parks, and even it's a natural habitat for thousands of species. And of course, we need land for agriculture. But how much land is actually available for us to sustainably grow the food we need? Because the vast majority of the Earth surface, over 70% is water, meaning only 30% of the Earth's surface is land. And inside this, only 10% is ideal for growing crops. Luckily, with technology, innovation, and best management practices, farmers can grow food on nearly 40% of the land. For example, on land that is too wet for many crops, we can grow crops like rice. And on land that is too rocky to grow crops, we can raise livestock that can adjust to the landscape. If we are going to feed the world, we need to consider different ways to use the Earth's land to grow more food. For example, do we convert more land into farmland for agriculture? Or do we use the land we currently have, but increase productivity to increase crop yield? But ensuring sustainable balance requires a great deal of thought. For example, you could convert natural habitat, but there will be consequences. For example, the Amazon is home to thousands of different, unique, and living things. And because of this, it plays an important role in helping regulate the Earth's atmosphere and ecosystem. Therefore, before you decide what you are going to do to change, it is important to understand how one choice about land will impact another. To feed the world sustainably, we need to increase food production on the same amount or on even less land than is currently available. Growing more food on the land that is already available to us is only possible through the use of best management practices and innovations like ours. What we use is hydroponics technology. With this technology, we use nutrient water solutions in soilless media. Soilless media meaning we don't grow using soil. Soil nowadays has been degraded, unfortunately, because of soil erosion of the topsoil, because of also industrial wastes from plant industries, and also because of chemical leaching. Farmers who have used soil to grow their crops have reported that they have low produce and have low economic returns. So here we come in substituting the soil by using pumice, which is a volcanic rock, and also using cocoa peat, which is the waste remains from coconut husks. Using this media, because they are inert, we'll have the nutrient water flowing in them, reaching the roots very easily. Roots in hydroponic systems do not go far looking for the nutrients like in soil. Therefore, the energy used in growing the plants has been transferred from searching for nutrients in the soil, because now it's hydroponics, and the energy is used to growing more fruits or leaves for leafy vegetables. This ensures there is increased production in this system. And we grow these systems in areas with poor soils, in vulnerable communities, so that we can have the distribution of food equal to these people in these environments. And we can also they can also resell the produce bought from us, so that they can also earn an economic activity by themselves. In the cities, because what we do is we use greenhouse hydroponics technology, meaning we use the greenhouse, and this is a question on space. But in the urban areas, because of less space, we also found ways of sustainably practicing agriculture. Here we use vertical food gardens. This means that we do not require a huge number of space. We can just use the backyards, the balconies in apartments, or the corridors in office spaces to grow food. And here we grow this food sustainably, meaning we will have the equal distribution of food in these urban areas, because they are next to what they are growing. And the household users can also harvest what they need to ensure there is less wastage of food. In this, we are able to combat sustainable development goal number 2, access to food. And also when they resell these products, they are able to ensure there is no poverty and helping in tackling sustainable goal development number 1. With the increase in food in hydroponics technology, we will ensure that this food is reaching the communities, the society, and feeding the nation, hence having a more productive labor force or workforce, and also ensuring peace and sustainable growth in this nation.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. David Inyoung, for that educative presentation. We're learning new things every day. And going to our final presentation, we will invite Ms. Karen Mapulanga from Zambia, and she will be talking about gender equality. So let us welcome her with a round of applause. Thank you.
As Emma Watson said, it is time we all see gender as a spectrum instead of 2 sets of opposing ideals. The theme of our project is gender equality for the nation Zambia, promoting, advocating, and creating a balanced nation with a tradition of excellence. It was found in an effort to achieve Sustainable Development Goal number 5, which is gender equality among the Sustainable Development Goals. Its aim is to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls, end all forms of discrimination and violence, end all harmful practices such as child, early, and forced marriages, help in the implementation and enforcement of social protection policies, and ensure participation of women in leadership at all levels of decision-making. Our project is focusing on 3 main issues, which is ending gender violence, ending early or child marriage, and ending sexual harassment. Gender-based violence is defined as any harmful act directed towards an individual based on their gender. And there has been an increase in GBV cases year after year, and 18.6% increase in cases was recorded between 2017 and 2016, according to the GBV third quarter report. Likewise, early or child marriages is defined as a union between 2 people of which one party or both parties are younger than the age of 18, even though the Zambia Marriage Act sets the legal minimum age as 21, and women have reported to being married at the age of 15 and others at the age of 18. Similarly, Sexual harassment is any unwanted sexual behavior directed towards an individual, either verbally, non-verbally, or physically. And 50% of women have experienced sexual harassment in their workplaces, and 20 to 30% of college students have been sexually harassed. And that brings us to the big question: what can be done about such situations? As Cavendish University Zambia United Nations Youth Association, our project targets higher learning institutions, primary and secondary schools, community institutions such as community schools and orphanages. Its aim is to sensitize, create a safe space, establish partnerships that are sustainable, advocate for policy enforcement, involve local enforcement and parents or guardians when necessary, and give values of education such as the resources needed. In terms of ending sexual harassment, our association organizes sexual harassment awareness programs that gives our audience a deeper understanding of sexual harassment and creates a safe space for people to express themselves, especially victims, and also establish partnerships like people who are specialized in mental health that come to tell the audience on the effects that sexual harassment has on our mental health and how to take care of ourselves. The pictures show one of the events that we had on sexual harassment awareness programs at Cavendish University, and people learned a lot and other people came out, and our mental health experts gave 2 to 3 things or tips that will help our students take care of themselves and also know what they are supposed to do when found in such a situation. Who are they supposed to talk to? What can they do about it, and situations that comes with it. When it comes to child or early marriages, we organize sensitization programs in different schools, primary, secondary, and communities, involve local authorities in the enforcement of policies that protect a girl child, engage parents or guardians when necessary, and also give values of education such as books and pens that motivate our pupils, our children in different societies to continue going to school and at the same time feel protected, because they know when they are found in a certain situation, they know that there are people out there who are willing to listen and definitely render help, and in the process get motivated when they see leaders, young leaders standing in front of them that are eager to achieve, to end child or early marriages. They feel protected. They feel like, okay, there is more to this life other than marriage, no matter what the people will say. If that lady can finish school and become something in life, then so can I. When it comes to gender violence, we first establish the fact that both genders are violated in one way or another, and organize sensitization or awareness programs that educate both genders on the importance of being equal and respecting each other, and also change the mindset of a man being strong or being believed to be strong in societies, because they also have a breaking point. And in everything that we do, in all programs that we organize, we create segments where men also have their own platform where they can express themselves, where they can cry when necessary, where they can express their concerns and stuff like that, and also have other organizations come in, which also leads me to partnerships where they can explain or help the men in one way or the other. And also we advocate for the enforcement of policies that protect both the victims and punish the perpetrators. And lastly, we use social media for online campaigns like the Gender-Based Violence Awareness Campaign or Ends Gender-Based Violence Awareness Campaign, where people should say their views, their ideas on gender-based violence, create something like posts or posters, and we publish them on our pages, create hashtags where people can see from different places in the world, in the society, considering the fact that most youths in this age and era are on social media. At the end of this project, our targeted audience should understand that the fight for gender-based violence is not about which gender is mightier than the other, but about us working together, being partnerships, both genders, because we are equal, and together as a team, we will achieve a lot. This opportunity that we were given is not only about getting resources that will push our project further, but create partnerships that are sustainable, because we believe that together we can achieve this goal. Together we can. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ms. Karen Mapulanga, for that insightful and amazing presentation. Now that we've heard all the presenters share the presentations, we're now going to cast our votes. But before we cast our votes, I would like to share with you how the evaluation of the voting will be done. So the evaluation of the contestants shall be through a double polling system. It shall include the candid evaluation of judges that shall constitute 50% of the total evaluation, and an online voting by the audience, which shall constitute 50% of the total evaluation. Then let me share the rules of the online voting. So the first point or the first step is click on the link which has been just posted in the Zoom chat and on the YouTube and Facebook live streaming pages. It will take you to the voting platform. After that, you can enter your email address in the space provided for email. Choose your favorite candidate by clicking on the checkbox beside or onto the photo of your desired candidate. And finally, just submit your request. So we only have 5 minutes, only 5 minutes to complete this voting process, because it's very simple too. But please remember that you can only vote for one candidate. I repeat, you can only vote for one candidate. So with those few words, let the voting begin. right. So while waiting for the voting to complete, I'm sure so many people are still casting their votes. I wish to mention that we have received insightful and very interesting questions from all the viewers. So let us introduce a few questions from among them. Then each candidate shall have a maximum of 2 minutes to reply to the questions. All right, so give me a few minutes to see the questions that I have received. All right, so going through the questions, wow. Oh, there's so many. I love how active our chat is. It's so active. Let's bring in more. Yeah. Oh, so many questions that people are asking. I'm a bit indecisive to see which one I can ask. All right. Just give us a few minutes. All right. So I have a question here to Mr. Inyoung David Omware, and the question reads, what other medium can be used apart from the volcanic rock? And is this project a prototype, or is it already on the ground addressing the problem of food security? So I see we've got 2 questions. Let me repeat that. So the first question says, what other medium can be used apart from the volcanic rock? And the other one is this project a prototype, or is it already on the ground addressing the problem of food security? Mr. Omware, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I appreciate the question and I feel the feedback proudly in my heart. Thank you so much. For the media has to have characteristics of being inert. Inert meaning it's non-reactive. So we can also substitute it with sawdust. We can have cocoa pits, which is the coconut remains. And as long as the characteristic is that it is inert and it's able to hold water for the plant's growth. So that's for the first question. The second question, yes, we are actually doing it on the ground. We have almost 10 units that we are currently doing, and the feedback from farmers yielding positive results. They are able to have double their produce, and they are very happy because of the change. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for that insightful response. I hope that your question was answered. Okay, so the next question, thank you. So the next question goes to Ms. Karen, and the question reads, to whom do you think needs more education, between the man or the woman? And what is the general response from either parties from previous awareness campaigns? Wow, interesting. So Ms. Karen, the floor is yours. Repeating the question again, to whom do you think who needs more education, between the man or the woman? And from your general response from either parties from previous awareness campaigns. Okay. So who do you think needs more education, between the man or the woman? Oh, please, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. I think we took gender equality. Both gender most organizations are women have right. Women are right and becoming, gender equality and everything. And then here comes the men. For it to be successful, gender equality for itself to be successful, we need both of them to be sensitized. Women know, but do men know what women know? When men know what exactly they are getting themselves into when it comes to gender equality movement, then they'll be able to respect what the women are doing and definitely develop that interest of taking part in the movement as itself. And from the previous awareness programs that we've had, we've received great feedback from men because they also raised their own issues and what was actually stressing them or making them lay low in the gender equality movement, thinking it's just for the women. So it's very nice that also men are expressing interest in this gender equality movement. And as we open the floor to them, we continue sensitizing our women and telling them they are still powerful and they can do greater things. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ms. Karen, for that amazing response. And our next question goes to Ms. Degny. And this question reads, after having mentioned the lack, thank you. All right, so this question goes to Ms. Degny BENEDICTE, and the question reads, after having mentioned the lack of parental responsibility as one of the major causes of early pregnancy in school settings, do you have a proposal for a solution regarding parents to correct this? If so, what would it be? And how much do you think this will impact African society in general? Ms. Degny, the floor is yours.
Please, can you repeat the question?
All right. So the question reads, after having mentioned the lack of parental responsibility as one of the major causes of early pregnancy in school settings, so do you have a proposal for a solution regarding parents to correct this? If so, what would it be? And how much do you think this will impact African society in general? Okay, your mic is off. Please kindly open your mic.
Oui, okay. Je vous remercie.
Thank you very much. So our proposal is to set up a framework for training of parents so that we can talk to parents to explain to them the importance of sex education and dialogue among parents and children. This will help us to ensure that many parents get committed to educating their children on sexual education or sex education. This will also help us to ensure good education for the future of the children. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you. Wow, that was very insightful. Thank you so much. And the next question goes to Mr. Mbila Octave. And the question reads, what do you think of the impact of the image of alcoholic beverages associated with youth sports activities on the uninformed youth? Don't you think that this would be a vector of encouragement for the young people to give themselves to alcoholic drinks very early? Would it not have gone against your concern to reduce juvenile delinquency? Yes, let me repeat the question. So the question reads, what do you think of the impact of the image of alcoholic beverages associated with youth sports activities on an uninformed youth? Don't you think that this would be a vector of encouragement for the young people to engage themselves in alcoholic drinks very early? Would it not have gone against your concern to reduce juvenile delinquency? The question is for you, Mr. Octave.
Okay. D'accord, merci. Merci
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to respond to the question. Let's say from the start that alcohol is not good for the youth. Through our programs, we are not going to encourage alcohol because when youth have projects, it's not right. But given the realities in our countries, when you have some projects, you need some resources, and then you reach out to some companies that can support you with a podium and other resources. And so far as we are concerned, we firmly believe that alcohol is not good. This is what we tell them each time we bring them together. Our objective is to ensure that youth leave all those vices, harness their potential. Even for those who have not had the opportunity to go to school as the others, they have a hidden talent and they can be able to harness this potential. They can be trained with personal development training and they can become big people. We give them examples of persons that have emerged from the streets, who didn't really have a good education, who didn't really have finances as others. We have, for instance, someone in Senegal who is developing his village, and we have lots of other examples like this of people who were not from rich backgrounds, but due to their talent, they were able to emerge. And we tell them that their talent can take them far, and we advise them that alcohol is very bad for them. And this is what we do in the Open Football Challenge.
Wow, let's give him a round of applause for that wonderful response. All right. And our final question goes to Mr. Wendinda Aubin KABORE, and it reads, how many young people have you mentored so far? And how many of them are self-employed? Okay, so repeating the question, how many young people have you mentored so far? And how many of them are self-employed? Mr. KABORE, the floor is yours.
Non, non, pas allumé. Bonsoir à tous.
Greetings, everyone. Currently, we have reached the 4th edition of the training, and we've trained 80 youth. But in total, there are more than 150 youth that have been trained as part of other training aside this project I presented. And concerning those who have been trained, most of them have already started working on the ground, and when they meet challenges, they need their skills to be refined. So to give a specific number of persons who have become independent, I think that will be very difficult. But most of them, I can say, have already started working independently. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. Let's give him a round of applause for that insightful answer. Thank you. I can't hear you. Let's give him a round of applause for that insightful answer. Thank you. Amazing. So we have now come to the end of our Q&A session. So thank you all for the amazing questions and beautiful, beautiful responses. So let's give a round of applause to all the presenters. Thank you. So before we close our countdown, I'd like everyone to just share the emoji, the flag of your country that you're voting for. I want to see flags in the chat right now. All right. I want to see those flags. Wow. I recently saw so many flags for Congo, for Burkina Faso. It got me so excited. All right, so now let us close the voting process right now, and we're going to close it with a countdown. And I want everyone to join me while closing this chat with this countdown. So let's go together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The voting stops now. No more voting. No more voting. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in the voting. I hope you all cast your votes. As we are now calculating all the votes, we shall now take a flight to Rwanda and then Kenya for a special performance. So please enjoy.
Wade in the water, we did wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God said he's gonna jump in the water. Wade in the water, we did wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna jump in the water. We are the sons and the daughters. We gotta stand up and make it loud. Just like I thought on the Pharaoh, let my people go, go. We are a new generation from the ones who have come before. He's calling us into freedom, let my and I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Whoa. And I'm feeling so small. It was over my head. I knew nothing at all. And I was tumble and fall, still learning to love, starting to grow. Yeah. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I will swallow my pride. You're the one that I love, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving.
Wow. Wow, amazing. I'm just so amazed over all the performances. Thank you so much for those wonderful and amazing performances from the Rwanda team and also from Kenya. So let's give them a huge round of applause. Thank you. If you enjoy the special performances, please type in 1 for Rwanda in the chat and 2 for Kenya in the chat. I want to see how many people appreciate the performances. Let's go. All right, so moving on to our program, we are now going to have the evaluation, and we will invite Ms. Mica Amanraman, the Regional President of IAYSP Africa, who is presiding over as the head of jury for today's Synergy, to give us a comment about the presentations and to announce the final results. Oof, I'm so nervous. So let's put our hands together as we welcome Ms. Mica Amanraman to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And wow, what an exciting moment. I feel as I see the chat, it's very crazy at the moment. And I believe also on our YouTube as well, people who are watching live on broadcast. So yes, this is really amazing. I'm so grateful that I was able to be present to witness this great day. To be able to see the 5 candidates presenting their projects and to truly be able to see hope, actually, for our region. Don't you think so? If all of these projects, right, are activated and develop and increase and improve and go, beyond just their own community and their nation, truly this will make an impact. in just a ripple effect of really creating a difference in someone's lives, and then eventually in the lives of the family, the community, the nation, and even the world. So I really believe this has been a great insight for all of us. I feel everyone's project has its greatness to it, has its, just the thought, the innovation of all of the projects, I feel is already something that is, A, for everybody. Just even the initiative to create a project that will benefit their community and their society is really already a huge great point that we have to recognize over everyone. So I really want to truly recognize all of the candidates for their presentation in all aspects. And I feel every presentation was very unique and really represented their heart towards building a better and brighter future. But of course, as this is a competition, we also want to recognize those that will be the winners or the finalists of our regional 2021 Synergy. So with that, we will be sharing the two winners of this year's Synergy. And so I want to share first from the second and then the first, as we always do in competition level to keep the suspense, right? So as we want to begin, are you ready? Are you waiting? Are you excited? I'm sure this is where everyone's waiting for, right? Your people, the ones that are behind the projects, I can see. And of course, yes, this time is coming, so I won't keep talking too much. So for the second prize winner, I would like to announce it's going to be... Whoa! Mr. Wendinda Aubin KABORE from Burkina Faso. Wow. Wow, let's give him a round of applause. Wow, this is for his project on the recycling of pneumatic waste, which was an amazing presentation and really showed a great possibility that it will bring to the nation, and I hope will continue to the region. So this is great. So with this second prize winner, he will be receiving a certificate, which will be sharing that it's a certificate of the second prize of Synergy. It is presented to Mr. Wendinda Aubin KABORE as the second prize winner of Synergy Africa 2021. And it's signed by the regional president of IAYSP, myself, and the Secretary General of IAYSP Africa. And as a prize, he will be receiving, let's see the prize, $300 in cash prize for his development of his project to continue on in his project. So we are very thankful. Let's give him another round of applause to Mr. Wendinda Aubin KABORE, second prize winner of Synergy Africa 2021. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, our region of Africa, we will be now sharing the regional winner of our Synergy 2021. So are we waiting? Are we ready? Should I wait a little bit longer? No, I shouldn't. I don't think so. Otherwise, I will not be liked by you all. So with that, I would like to announce and to present that the first prize winner of Synergy 2021 Africa is going to... Whoa, Mr. Octave Mbila from DR Congo for his project on Football Open Challenge. Wow, what a great project. And we're really amazed also, and that the audience have voted and also the judges have voted. I can see the audience have made a lot of impact in this chat. So let us give him his prize. He will be receiving a certificate also to recognize his position as the first prize winner of Synergy Regional 2021 Africa, signed also by Regional President and Secretary General. And he will be receiving a prize, cash prize of, I believe, what's the prize? First prize? $500 US. Okay, there we go. So yes, I really hope this will go towards your project to develop it further and increase it beyond DR Congo and bring it to the region. And not only for our brothers, but also for our sisters, for everyone, right? So thank you so much. This is a great, I'm very happy to be able to represent our region and announce the prize, the awardees. I also want to recognize, though, the other 3 candidates who were represented today. They also did an amazing job. And as mentioned, this is really a time to every project has its ability and value to make an impact. And not only the projects that were mentioned today, but the projects that you are all going to create, right? From this inspiration that you've been able to receive, seeing your brothers and sisters of our region from our different nations, our different sub-regions here and sharing their projects. And this is a platform where you, right, the one pointing somewhere there, I know you're there, you will be able to also present and be able to come on this platform, not just on the regional, we'll be doing national, sub-regional, and eventually regional. So thank you again. Let us really congratulate all the the candidates who presented their project today, and of course, our second winner, and of course, our first winner for our region of sub-region regional Synergy 2021. Thank you very much.
Wow, amazing. I think the place to be right now is in Congo, because whenever I saw the first prize presented and Mr. Octave excitement, I was like, wow, I just need to be there. But before we call Mr. Octave Mbila to share a few words with us, I would like to use this time to congratulate all the presenters for all your effort and hard work. Let us give them a round of applause for all their efforts. Thank you so much. At this moment, we shall now call upon the first winner of Africa Regional Synergy 2021. So let us invite Mr. Octave Mbila to share a few words with us. All right, I'm sure we're just going to give him a few minutes to calm down. I'm sure he's still, digesting everything that just happened. But if you just give us a few minutes to invite him, I'm sure he's somewhere around taking a glass of water just to calm himself down, because this is so amazing. I was so excited. All right, so I've just received a few messages from the technical team saying that he is definitely coming. All right, over to him.
Activez votre micro, s'il vous plaît. OK. S'il vous plaît, est-ce que vous pouvez me...
Can you hear me? I was having an internet connection problem. Can you please repeat the question that was asked so that I can respond to it?
All right, so we would like you to share a few remarks over the prize you have just won. You are the first winner of Africa Synergy 2021. So can you share a few words with us?
Donc, partagez vos impressions avec nous en tant que gagnant de la synergie.
D'accord. Merci beaucoup d'abord.
Thank you very much. First of all, I am really touched. We had very great projects during this competition. From the national level, there were very amazing projects, and I was wondering if I would win. But after I realized that it is about presenting our project and the impact that they can have, I got motivated, and then I won and went on to the sub-region. There again, it was really a challenge. And although we won, there were other very good projects. So I wish to express my gratitude to IAYSP for this commendable initiative, which enables us to discover our potential, to believe in ourselves. I'm grateful to the IAYSP team, wherever you are. Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. I am short of words, but I believe that this was a teamwork. We worked together with our province. I'm grateful to the committee, president, all the leaders at the national level who really put in their best so that we can really display the impact and the importance of this project of youth who are on the street, because the street is not a place where youth have to be. Even if they are unable to go to school, we can still harness their potential. The judges listened to us and they saw the scope and the potential of this project. And they saw the potential, and so we are so grateful. I wish to commend our competitors for these very important projects that they presented. And even if I am winning today, it doesn't mean that it's the best project. But I think that all these other projects must be supported so that together we can bring about change, improvement, and peace, and most especially sustainable development for our continent. Thank you so much. I'm going to celebrate throughout the night. And thank you so much.
Wow, amazing. Let's give him a round of applause for those wonderful impressions. You could really hear the emotion in his voice. He's really excited that he's got the first prize. All right, so at this moment, we are coming towards a very important part of our program, and that is the announcement of the Youth Heroes Award. So IAYSP acknowledges and awards young leaders who contribute to solving social problems and promote activities to support the SDGs. We are creating a network of youth leaders who are public-minded and are involved in activities that bring a positive impact to the society. This year in Africa, 11 remarkable youth were elected as youth heroes from various nations. The best youth hero in Africa will also be privileged to participate at the upcoming International Synergy. Youth Heroes Award Committee has strictly evaluated the candidates and chose the best youth hero nominee. Now I would like to invite Mr. Kenta Kishi, Regional Secretary General for IAYSP Africa and Chair of the Youth Heroes Award Committee, to announce the winner of the Youth Heroes Award in Africa. So let us welcome Mr. Kenta Kishi with a round of applause.
Okay, thank you very much, MC, for inviting me once again. Yeah, after watching all the presentations, wow, I cannot express my excitement. And yeah, I have been doing several the conferences and events, but I never saw such a hot chat in the Zoom and the YouTube, and even during the presentation of the winner. Could you see a lot? Even after the announcement, a lot of people are commenting. I was really overjoyed watching your excitement. I hope everyone could really see the potential of Africa. Yes, at this moment, as MC mentioned, Youth Heroes Awards is to nominate the brilliant youth who has contributed to the society and acknowledge them widely. And this year, as well as last year, had a lot of young people in various countries as they nominated as youth heroes. And yeah, if we have time, we would like to introduce all of them. But at this moment, we will introduce just the best youth heroes award nominee in Africa. So before that, let me introduce the criteria first. So we evaluated the best youth heroes awardee based on these 4 criteria. The first point is the activity and the project. We will see if this project and activity contribute to the solving the social problem. And the second point is the social impact. We evaluate on how many people participated in the project and how many people are influenced by this project. And the third point is the character of the candidate. Yeah, we will see the passion and the vision and the public-minded love and care for the others. And then the last point is future plan and vision. We also see if this project is sustainable and possible to develop in the future. So based on these criteria, we would like to announce the best Youth Heroes Award nominee. Are you ready? Now, the Best Youth Heroes Award in Africa nominee in 2021 is Mr. Johannes Mawena Makovia from Togo. Congratulations. Let's give him a round of applause. Wow. Look at this beautiful picture. Let me introduce shortly his activity. He is the founder and global coordinator of international president of and the founder of international organization of youth promoters of peace and the movement of young people or young promoters of peace. And he has committed to promote the culture of peace and non-violence and the concept of living together for sustainable development. Yeah, his foundation is actually established in 25 countries and in all the 39 prefectures of the country where Togo is based. And he sensitizes that and trains young people on the merit of the culture of peace, non-violence, and living together, especially in the pre-electoral and the electoral and the post-electoral period. This is very sensitive period. And in this year, due to the COVID pandemic, he has offered jobs to the young Africans through his companies, and also organized the awareness campaigns on the barrier against COVID-19 and helped the populations by giving the food through his great project that he initiated in the name of Midunu. Yeah, now we are going to award the certificate of Youth Heroes Award to him. Let me read the certificate. International Association of Youth and Students for Peace Youth Heroes Awards 2021 is proudly presented to Johannes Mawena Makuvia for promoting projects and activities that brought substantial impact and results to the issue they were addressing and exemplifying through their projects a life of living for the sake of others to bring sustainable peace and development to the world. Signed by Mr. Koji Matsuda, President of IAYSP International, and Mrs. Mica Amanraman, President of IAYSP Africa. Once again, let us give the round of applause to him. Thank you very much. Round of applause. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Now, more than my word, I think it's better to watch his activity. So now let us watch a video of his activity. So let us enjoy the video.
Right, so sorry for the lack of sound. Our technical team is slowly going to fix that problem. Just give us a few moments. Thank you.
Just a moment. I'm sorry for really sorry for not showing the sound. Let me share the sound and the video. Oh, I hope.
All right, everything is okay now. I think we have the sound.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you.
So Makuvia has been appointed as Young Ambassador for Peace. His mission is to promote a culture of peace, non-violence, and peaceful coexistence for sustainable development. Some of the actions that they undertake are Peace Forum, Miss Ambassador Peace, sensitization, mediation, projects, Roundtable on Peace, participation in international summits. The organization is present in many countries such as Togo, Mali, Niger, Côte d'Ivoire, our motto is my peace and the peace for others.
All right, thank you very much for the wonderful video presentation. I hope you could see his activities. And now I'd like to call upon Mr. Johannes Makubia on the stage to share his word of gratitude. So let us welcome him with a round of applause.
Bonsoir, chers tous.
Good evening, everyone. To the executives of IAYSP, to the organizers, and to all the participants, all youth. Thank you so much for taking part in this event. I wish to express my gratitude to the IAYSP, which is really working so hard. For the award that I have received, I wish to express my gratitude for being selected. And I wish to assure the IAYSP and its partner organizations that proposed that I be taken to this level, that I be awarded. I wish to assure them that I will be committed. I wish to assure them that I will always do my best. My name is Johannes Makubia. I am the international president of the MGPP NGO. It's for youth who promote peace, and our goal is to promote a culture of peace, non-violence, and peaceful coexistence for sustainable development. As far as we are concerned, peace is a prerequisite for development, and what we seek to do is to establish or create a platform for peace lovers. And I'm grateful to the Universal Peace Federation, especially through Mr. Su, who has always been a mentor from the beginning up until now. I also wish to thank young Togolese who placed their trust in me. Let me say that it's not been an easy journey, but currently we are doing a lot. We are currently based in 25 countries, and we are initiating a lot of projects. For instance, we have the Peace Ambassador, which is an international competition to promote female initiative to promote peace among the peoples and in the world. I once more express my gratitude to the UPF and IAYSP. They are the ones that saw the growth of our initiatives and who were able to identify this potential to take us even further, and they always advise me. Thank you to the entire team of IAYSP for the support given me up until now. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Makubia, and it was so exciting moment to hear your activities and see the video. I wish all the candidates, all the audience could also feel the potential of the young people in Africa. I'd like to thank all efforts of youth heroes in this year, and I want to acknowledge more young people as youth heroes, next year. And in line with acknowledging youth with project to support the community in peace and development, we would like to announce a special guest to recognize his project. His name is Jose Koyo from Angola. He is the founder of CEO of the startup student Carnerio. He will be talking about interpret. So let us watch the video of his activity with a big applause.
Olá, eu sou José Koyo, CEO e fundador da startup Estudante Carneiro, que é a startup que criou o projeto O Intérprete. Existe um grupo na sociedade que não é muito visto. Falo-vos dos surdos e dos mudos. Será que os meios para acesso à educação e acesso ao mercado de trabalho são adaptados para estas pessoas? Estas pessoas se sentem marginalizadas e não inseridas na sociedade. Elas passam por vários problemas, desde a falta de recursos audiovisuais até a falta de políticas para a inclusão. Assim como nós, estas pessoas também têm sonho. Falo-vos do Francisco, que quer ser um médico para poder ajudar a sua comunidade, e outros sonhadores como o Leonardo, que quer ser um jogador, a Bertina, que quer ser uma engenheira, o Job, que quer ser um agricultor, e a Beatriz, que quer ser uma economista. Imaginem quantos sonhos são perdidos. Imaginem o que a sociedade e a ciência já perderam por não dar voz e ouvidos a estas pessoas. Face a isso, decidimos nós ser a voz daqueles que não falam e ouvido daqueles que não ouvem. A África Central tem cerca de mais de 1 milhão de surdos e mudos, sendo que Angola registrou cerca de 655 mil no censo realizado no ano de 2014. Isso já é um número muito considerável. Se estamos falando de paz e sustentabilidade, será que essas pessoas estão em paz? É impossível falar de desenvolvimento sustentável sem falar dos 5 P's da sustentabilidade. O primeiro P, que são as pessoas, são elas que fazem o mundo, sendo cegas, surdas ou mudas, mas são elas que lutam para a paz e a estabilidade social. O segundo P, que é a prosperidade. Essas pessoas contribuem para um país mais próspero. O terceiro P, que é a paz. Quando se fala de paz, não se fala somente da ausência de armas e de guerras, mas também fala-se da satisfação pessoal que cada um apresenta, face o que tem vivido. E face o que essas pessoas têm vivido, será que elas têm paz se muitas das vezes quase nem são lhe dadas ouvidos ou voz para falarem? O quarto e o quinto P, que são a parceria e o planeta, esses dois elementos são muito importantes, pois sua evolução, caso ter sinergias, e estas vão ajudar o planeta a crescer e a evoluir. Ligados ao quarto e oitavo ODS, a Estudante Carneiro e o Intérprete desenvolvem soluções para esta comunidade. Focados na educação, lançamos um website denominado Website do Estudante Carneiro, um local onde o estudante poderá encontrar materiais, livros e sebentas, poderá encontrar também videoaulas. Todas as videoaulas que estarem dentro do nosso site terão tradução gestual. Tradução gestual, sim. As nossas videoaulas variam de conteúdos mais básicos até a conteúdos mais avançados, desde a matemática mais básica até a matemática mais avançada. Isso para ajudar o estudante a ter um melhor desempenho acadêmico. Mas como é que levaremos essas videoaulas até os estudantes, uma vez que há muitos que não têm condições de internet para acessar esses vídeos? Nós, em parceria com uma startup angolana, que é a Arotec, nós construímos computadores, e são esses os computadores que nós vamos levar para essas escolas. Focados na inclusão, fomentamos a presença de intérpretes em vários locais, como igrejas, escolas e muito mais.
pessoas passarão a se sentir representadas dentro da IAYSP. Assim sendo, no mesmo dia foram levantados 3 peacemakers que são surdos e mudos que ajudarão na luta para uma sociedade mais inclusiva. De facto, é um momento histórico para o IAYSP e pretendemos continuar a fermentar isso a fim de que todas as lives e eventos que são realizados dentro da IAYSP e em qualquer lugar tenham inclusão, tenham um intérprete para a tradução, para passar a informação e o conhecimento para mais pessoas. Focados na capacitação, pretendemos dar cursos de liderança, STEM, empreendedorismo e muito mais. Pegaremos e produziremos conteúdos e cursos online, cursos presenciais a fim de capacitar essa comunidade. Usando o intérprete, seremos como ponto para a passagem de qualquer conteúdo. Esperamos que daqui a 3 ou 4 anos viemos a ter empresários mudos, jogadores mudos, enfermeiros mudos e surdos e muito mais, com melhores condições de trabalho e acesso ao ensino de qualidade. Esse é o nosso projeto, o intérprete, que tem como objetivo ser a ponte para a passagem do conhecimento. Temos uma projeção de que em 2022 pretendemos ajudar mais de 1000 pessoas, mas temos cerca de 35 explicadores e 4 intérpretes dentro da nossa startup. Temos os seguintes parceiros, que são a IETU Vavenha, Vaquinha SOS, o Colégio Carpe Diem e o Ispitec. Venha fazer parte também da nossa lista de parceiros e ajuda-nos a levar o conteúdo e a informação para todas as pessoas. Faça parte.
Help us to live, be part of this synergy. Maybe we can use. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful impression and that video. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to invite Her Excellency Miss Lucie Sessinou, Mayor of Ketou, to give us the congratulatory remarks. Let us welcome Miss Lucie Sessinou with a big round of applause. All right, so I'm sure Miss Sessinou is just trying to set up her camera. Just give us a few minutes. Thank you.
Excellence, Dr.
Excellencies, Your Excellency, Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, founder of the International Association of Youth and Students for Peace, known as the Mother of Peace and Reconciliation, as the Mayor of Ketou and President of the National Network of Elected Women of Benin, I express my greetings from Benin, a hospitable land and a land of fraternity, to the International President of the Association of Youth and Students for Peace, to the Regional President for Africa of IAYSP, Sub-Regional President of IAYSP Africa. I also extend to you my warm greetings. It is with pleasure that I accepted your request to give some words of encouragement for this great initiative known as Synergy Africa. Every mother's desire is to see her children succeed when we are aware that Africa has more youth than any other continent. This is really a source of great hope. We commend the efforts being deployed here and there to promote African youth. However, much remains to be done to be able to harness the energy and creativity of our youth and channel these towards programs such as Synergy, which is an international competition where youth present peace projects. Ladies and gentlemen, youth involvement in building a peaceful nation is a prerequisite and indispensable. We acknowledge the impact of your initiative, which seeks to identify and support peace projects and projects geared towards sustainable development initiated by youth. I firmly believe that this initiative will contribute significantly to resolve challenges with youth delinquency, insecurity, and unemployment through the impulsion that it gives to youth towards entrepreneurship. It is against this background that I appeal to all decision makers in different nations who are watching this program to support the program. I encourage all candidates, and especially the female candidates who are the pride of African women. Long live African youth. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
So thank you so much for those wonderful words of encouragement, Ms. Sessinou. Right, so at this moment, we have now come towards the end of our program, and I would like to share a few announcements with everyone. So please remember to like our page on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And most importantly, do not forget to submit your impressions of today's Synergy event. You can submit your impressions by the following steps. Firstly, click on the link posted in the Zoom chat, Facebook, or YouTube live streaming page. It will take you to our online Google Sheet. Next, enter all your particulars, and this information shall enable us to improve on our program and shall equally be used to inform you of our subsequent and upcoming IAYSP events. You can also review the event on our YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe. So if you wish to become a member of IAYSP, please indicate while filling the impressions form on our Google Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We are truly grateful to our guest of honor, representatives from Family Federation for World Peace and Unification, Universal Peace Federation, Women's Federation for World Peace, and IAYSP Regional President, our valued judges, our dearest presenters, and all of you who have attended this amazing event. On behalf of IAYSP Africa Region, I would like to give a special thanks to the organizing committee behind the scenes. Thank you so very much. So to remember this moment together, let's have a group photo. So kindly turn on your videos and put on the best smile. Okay, so I want everyone to put on this pose. This pose is what we call the small hearts. And this shows our heart and dedication towards the development of the youth in Africa. And I'm going to share the words, youths, ideas, and energy. So as I say these words, please put on your best smile and let's take this photo together. So on the count of 3, please join me. 3, 2, 1. Let's say youths, ideas, energy. One more time. Youths, ideas, energy. Wow, I see so many nice smiles from Togo, from Nigeria, from Eswatini. Thank you all so much. So with those few words, this marks the end of our program. Thank you and stay blessed. Please, we are hoping to see you next time on our next program. Goodbye. Thank you so much for coming.